This week's TransCanada canceled the proposed Energy East pipeline project. It sparked disappointment and anger among many. Now it's led to some tough questions about what went wrong, and the Minister of Sport and Persons with Disabilities, Kent Hehr, joins us to discuss those. So in your assessment of everything, what happened here?
Well, let's be clear. As a Calgarian, I'm disappointed that TransCanada did not go through with their proposal. But at the same point in time, you understand it's a business decision. And with our government bringing on board 4 new pipeline projects, there was more capacity out there. Also, the price of oil has dropped from $100 a barrel down to $50, and so on. So there's a lot of reasons why TransCanada made the business decision to not go forward with this. I will also say that because our government has approved 4 pipelines, including the Kinder Morgan project, including Line 3 that will see our oil get to international markets, we're going to see 25,000 new jobs coming on board for Albertans. And so I'm very proud of that fact.
You mentioned some of those pipelines, obviously Keystone approved, still kind of hung up in the process down in the States. Trans Mountain expansion is hung up in BC court. So what can the federal government do to make sure those projects actually get completed?
Well, our Prime Minister has been clear that when we approved these projects, they were in the national interest. And we're going to stand by them to see that they get done. And obviously the federal government is supportive of good middle-class jobs like the ones being created here. We sense there's going to be lots of capacity and ability to get Alberta oil to international markets and to Tidewater because of those approvals. And we'll just continue to wait till they're being built. And I know that Line 3 right now is being constructed. I know Kinder Morgan should be starting up pretty soon. And you brought up Keystone XL. You got to remember that Energy East came on board when it didn't look like Keystone XL was going to be approved. Now it looks more clear that Keystone XL is going to allow us another avenue to get oil to markets.
You mentioned TransCanada's decision was a business decision. Others say that there's politics involved here. Premier Brad Wall saying that, okay, so this pipeline is no longer going to be built. It only puts more emphasis on imported oil from places like Venezuela, which maybe don't have the human rights track record that we appreciate here in Canada. What would your response be to the Premier of Saskatchewan?
Well, if you look at in the main, what the federal government does, it approves pipelines. We don't build them. And you got to remember, since we have come to power, the Liberal government, we have approved 4 pipelines. In comparison to the former government who was in power for 10 years, they had an inability to get oil to international markets or to Tidewater. Our government, in the short time we've been in power, have had success. So these new projects will again allow Albertans to have more jobs, 25,000 new jobs, as well as reach international markets. So I'm very proud of our government's record in terms of supporting the oil and gas industry, in terms of bringing jobs to Alberta, and in terms of getting our product to international markets. So, and Mr. Wall, his comments are what they are, but if you look at the commentary coming out, the people are doing the analysis of the project, the fact that we've approved so many pipelines, there's added capacity, and the price of oil dropping, it's pretty clear this is a business decision by TransCanada Pipeline.
Quick answer, because I got to go.
Yeah.
Is there any worries that this is going to create a divide, east versus west, and not unify this country?
Our government looks at Canada as a whole. Look, our Prime Minister just met with the premiers of this great nation, again, in Ottawa, to discuss the issues that bring us together. And there's much more that we have in common that divides us, and our Prime Minister knows that.
All right, thanks so much, Minister Hehr, for joining us this morning.
And congratulations on the new gig.
Thanks so much, I appreciate it.